Welcome to the HR Happy Hour Work Break. You are here with Trish and Steve. Hey, Steve Bose.
Hey, Trish. I don't know if you know this. It is well past noon Eastern time, by my reckoning.
It is. I had a little bit of a headache this morning I was dealing with, so that was the initial kind of like why it's later. But then we've both had busy days, but you've had a whole day of calls.
I was on the phone all day, meetings, demos. I had one of the coolest meetings I've had in months and months and months, which I don't think I'm allowed to talk about publicly because I didn't ask the particular person if this was something I could talk about. A little teaser though, Trish. I'll tell you maybe off camera, but we're gonna have a super cool, interesting guest on an upcoming HR Happy Hour podcast. Really important person in the HR space writ large. And the type of person we've never had on the show in 12 and a half years of HR Happy Hour shows. We've never had someone who has the job that this person has. Okay. So it's, obviously there's lots of people we've never had on. But the role that this person plays, we've never had on anybody in that role ever.
Is it difficult to get the role? Is that why?
Yes, extremely difficult to get the role. And when you're in that kind of role, probably extremely difficult to get someone like that to hang out with us on the podcast too. But it's going to happen pretty soon. So that was the highlight of today for me.
I'm excited. And you know what? Here's why. Because I think in a few days ago, I said my microphone after a little over a decade of use was dying. And so today I'm just using the computer sound. So apologize if the sound quality is not top rate, but it will be because look what I got from Amazon. How about that? These are this is one of the types of microphones. It's got the big arm and everything that NPR uses. So the sound quality should be really nice. But I even had to, it's not just a USB, like you have to buy the full
whoa, lovely.
Look at that.
Hardcore.
I mean, I'm gonna be
And when we're not doing the podcast, you can kind of mix your punk rock, your band. You can
I'm going to do everything.
Down. Yeah.
I know, right? But actually, it's really exciting. So I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have really, really good sound.
Let's get that set up.
Yeah. So anyway, and I wanted to give a shout out really quick because I know you've got a bunch on your plate there to tell us about and surprise me with, right? But I want to give a shout out to our friends at HireTool. It's HireTual. I actually have it ready to show everyone.
Oh, there you go.
We did a really good analyst event the other day and earlier in the week, and they are an AI global candidate searching platform, talent platform. So please go check them out. They sent some really good goodies too, and I don't know if you made any of them. Things from the Loveless Cafe in Nashville. So they have Belgian waffle and pancake mix, a whole assortment of jellies and jams and what's this, pumpkin butter and honey. I love honey. So thanks, HireTool.
Yeah, that was really very nice of them. I appreciated the swag, and I've got to get into that. I don't have a waffle maker though, so maybe I need to get one. But
I don't either. But you know what? It's Belgian waffle and pancake. You could just make it like a pancake. So, but anyway, no, they didn't have to send us anything nice, but they did, which we love. But no, it was very, it was really good briefing, and I would definitely say check them out because they've got a lot of new things going on. And actually, it was just really interesting and innovative. So
yeah, it was fun.
So thanks to them.
So speaking of fun, Trish, and speaking of food. Trish, I'm a barbecue guy. I'm a grilling guy. So I have a very ample and well-stocked spice cabinet. I've got a lot of different types of rubs. I make my own rubs often, but sometimes, I'm in a hurry. I'll just get a packaged mix of rub. I've bought many McCormick spices over my lifetime. They're one of the leading, probably the leading, kind of off-the-shelf spice company, probably the biggest one anyway.
Sure.
Trish, I'm not sure if you saw this. McCormick Spices is recruiting for a new role.
Okay.
A contract role called the Director of Taco Relations.
What?
So McCormick makes a lot of taco seasoning mixes, which I don't think I've personally used, but I've seen them. They're hiring a Director of Taco Relations. It's a 4-month contract, Trish. it pays $100,000 for the 4-month contract to basically make some tacos, advise them on tacos, do a lot of social media stuff, go down in McCormick and kind of help them with their taco strategy, taco spice strategy. Trish, 4 months, $100K is not bad at all to be a director of taco relations. You need to apply by July 20th. It's like one of those video application deals. You do a 2-minute video about, why you're the taco person. So just Google it. Google Director of Taco Relations if anyone out there wants to apply. I probably will not apply, Trish, because I have a lot of expertise grilling, and I know my way around the spice rack, but I'm not a taco person really. I don't really have a strong taco game. So, but I think that's a pretty cool job.
That's a really cool job.
4 months, $100K. That's not bad.
No, the pay is outstanding, but no, I think the job sounds interesting. Actually, that would, I've not really thought about that, but that would be an interesting job to have. Just in general, working with McCormick or something like that with spices, and these are things that we use all the time, right? So, very interesting. Is it remote, or do you have to be based?
There's some travel involved. They want you to go down to their facilities, which I believe are in Maryland, to spend some time with them at the HQ. But yeah, I think it's kind of one of those influencer deals too. They want you to be out and about, tasting tacos and kind of spreading the word of McCormick taco seasonings. So, hey.
Wow. That's a great job.
Get my college student son on that for 4 months, $100K. That would pay for college for quite a while.
Oh my gosh. Now you've got that right. That's actually what someone should do. They should take a semester off, go do this job, and then pay for their college.
I imagine it's going to be a pretty competitive gig to get for the fun that it sounds like, plus the pretty good contract. So yeah. Well, anyway, good luck. Good. Well done, McCormick. I noted it. I'm talking about it. So awesome.
Very good. Well, what else is going on? I know you always have tons of stories. Sometimes I do, but today we're going to lead with all of yours.
All right, Trish, I got an email. This is actually a true story. I got an email the other day from an executive recruiter whose name I don't remember and the firm I don't remember, but I did click on it to verify that it wasn't some scam thing. It's a real recruiting firm. And the email said something it was more generic. It was more like, hey, hi, Steve, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I've got some clients, potentially want to introduce you to, but nothing specific, no names of clients, no specific jobs, nothing like that. Just they wanted to engage with me, maybe get me into their database. And the email closed with, hey, please send me a copy of your current resume. Okay. And so after I read, I knew I wanted to ask you about this because we've talked about this before, but I do not have a current resume. I haven't had one probably in almost a decade, probably. So I haven't written her back yet. It was a very nice email, and I don't want to be snarky, jerky guy. Plus, hey, maybe, that she's got CEO of, some Fortune 100 company she wants to talk to me about. Who knows, right? I would at least have to have that conversation, right? So I haven't written her back, but here's what I'm thinking about writing her back. Okay. Hi, thanks for the note. I really appreciate it. I don't have a current resume, but I've done 500 podcasts, written 1,500 blog posts, and done X, Y, and spoken at 50 conferences. Just Google me or something like that. I don't know how do I respond to that? And my LinkedIn profile is reasonably current, probably, which it is. I guess. I don't know.
I think you should send her your most current resume, your decade-old resume, and be like,
I wouldn't be able to find it.
Be like, who's still using resumes? What's going on? What is happening? Oh my gosh. You know what? You're right. Don't be snarky, but I'm just thinking too, as you're telling the intro, right? That if someone walked up to me in person and said that, I would be like, who are you? What are you talking about? What do you want? Right?
Here's what I think, it's an interesting, I brought it up because I thought it was funny and I had a snarky response. Here's what's interesting for folks who are listening to this or maybe catch it on the replay. I'd love for you to tweet at us or tweet at HR Happy Hour. Mm-hmm. And here's the question. You as a professional, do you have a current resume? I would love to know that because I do not have one. I don't think you have one. I would love to know if people actually have a current resume. If someone asked you for a resume right now, like I was asked in this email, would you have something to send them? Or would you be just, hey, go to my LinkedIn, which is what I'm going to basically say.
Right. I don't know. I think it depends on the industry you're in. And a lot of people who still do the old school kind of job search, I guess they do have resumes, but I don't. I mean, again, I guess two things. we happen to have a lot of work that we have done that is publicly visible, where a lot of jobs don't. So you can't just Google everyone. That's actually not a practical answer, right? So I guess you do have to have a current resume. Maybe we're in the minority not having one, but
yeah, good point.
Again though, but like if I'm going for the McCormick director of taco relations,
they don't want a resume. As
I
far
don't
as I
want
can
no
tell, I didn't
stinking
actually click on the link, but they want a
right?
2-minute video about why you should
Right.
be
They want a
director of taco
video. I
relations.
would much rather. I'll tell you what, I think that's going to make you stand out too. Maybe you just need to make her a video and be like, "Hi,
I've got time for that.
Here's who I am." I know, right? You've got time for that. No, you bring up a good question though. It's how do you know what to have, right? Does it matter the type of company you're looking for? Does it matter the industry you're in? Does it matter how old you are? I don't know. I think it's probably a combination of those things. But
I haven't applied for a job in so long, Trish. I don't know. Like, do you have to have a resume anymore? But
can I tell you a story? I'll tell you about my last corporate job, and I won't name the company. People can, if they're that curious, they can go look on my LinkedIn, find out where I worked. Because I'm not going to call them out exactly, but no, it was one of those things where, again, they found me. They knew about me because of the podcast first and foremost, and then by social media presence and other things, right?
The blog, right, that you had for
everything.
Forever. Yeah.
Hired me to be a contractor. I had worked with them, done everything. And then they decided, we want you. Like, we want you to come do this big high-level executive role. So to come meet with the CEO, the assistant said, hey, send me your resume. And I'm like, what? Yeah. You all found me through all the things I do. You actually are paying me as a contractor, right? You're one of my clients. And you want me to work with you, and now I have to go create a resume. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And I didn't, and I did not.
Good. I'm proud of you for taking that stand. I'm against it as well.
I think, you know what, I think you touched on, it's about your body of work, and whatever method or means to best showcase that, I would say that's what you need. At some point, most companies do need the resume to put into the applicant tracking system and all of the systems they have to have. But you can just go to LinkedIn. You can click it to where it downloads a PDF or a Word document and do that.
Hey, better the modern sourcing type systems and recruiting systems will just take that download in PDF
exactly
right from LinkedIn and parse it right into whatever they need right into their system. You don't have to. There's no resume even needed. Trish, can I do one more real quick? Because I thought this was interesting.
Okay, we're at 12 minutes though, almost 13
Google
minutes.
Maps, right? If you do a Google Maps ever on your phone and you say point A to point B, the directions, and it gives you little options, like by car, it's 27 minutes. Yeah. By bus, it might be 30 minutes. By train, X minutes. If you walk, it'll take 4 hours. I think they should put more options on there. They should put different like transport options. Like I was thinking like Virgin Galactic spaceship. It'll take 8 seconds. A unicycle, like 4 hours. Like,
oh no.
Jetpack, like stand on top of a drone and fly there. They should
just jazz it up.
Like 3 minutes. It should be multiple options. It shouldn't just be walk, bus, train, car. Because there are other ways to get around. So that's what Google. Fix that.
Google will let you know.
That was it. That's my last item.
Sounds good. Hey, listen, everyone. Thank you for joining us late in the day for a work break. And we will see. What is today? Is today Wednesday? We'll see you back here tomorrow. We're going to really, truly aim for that noon Eastern time if we can.
Why don't we just stay on? Why don't we just stay on for the next 16 hours and just
sometime we should do a 24-hour broadcast. Wouldn't that be fun? We'll talk about that later. All right. Anyway, thanks, everyone. We will catch you back here tomorrow.